If someone had told me a year ago that a man who drove my husband around for a living would be the catalyst that tore my entire world apart and then helped me rebuild it, I would have laughed in their face. I'm not the type who believes in drama or conspiracy. Or at least, I wasn't. But now I know better. It all started with a knock on the front door one rainy Tuesday afternoon. My name is Emily Carter. I live in Charleston, South Carolina, with my husband, Daniel. He's a successful real estate developer, known for his charisma and sharp suits. We've been married for 8 years, and for the most part, I thought our life was fine. Predictable. Comfortable. Maybe a little too comfortable. Daniel had a driver named Marcus Jennings. He was polite, professional, and always on time. Tall, with a calm presence and quiet smile, he never spoke unless spoken to, and even then, only in measured words. I barely noticed him half the time, which I now realize was a mistake. That rainy afternoon, Marcus was the one at the door. I remember being surprised to see him standing there, drenched in water, holding something tightly wrapped in a plastic bag. "Mrs. Carter," he said. "I'm sorry to bother you, but I didn't know who else to turn to." I blinked. "Come in, you're soaking wet." He stepped inside, water dripping from his coat. I offered him a towel, which he accepted with a quiet thank you. Then I looked at the package in his hand. "What's that?" He hesitated before answering. "It's evidence." That word sent a chill down my spine. Evidence of what? He took a deep breath. "I think your husband is in serious trouble." I laughed nervously. "Daniel? What kind of trouble? Did he run a red light?" Marcus didn't smile. "No, this is much bigger." He unwrapped the plastic and handed me a small flash drive. "I found this in the back seat of the car, hidden under the carpet." I don't think Daniel knew it was missing. My fingers closed around it, uncertain. "What's on it?" "I haven't watched it," he said quickly. "But I saw part of the label before I picked it up. It said Bribery, Project Eden." That name meant nothing to me at the time. But it would soon come to mean everything. I didn't know what to do. 1,000 thoughts raced through my mind. Was this a joke? Was Marcus trying to stir up trouble? Or worse, was he trying to blackmail us? "Why are you bringing this to me?" I asked. "Because I think you deserve to know," he said simply. "And I don't want to be a part of something illegal." That night, after Daniel had gone to bed, I plugged the flash drive into my laptop and watched what was on it. The videos were grainy but clear enough. They showed my husband in meetings with men I didn't recognize, passing envelopes, signing documents in dimly lit rooms, and laughing with men who wore expensive watches and darker intentions. One video showed him handing over what looked like building plans, in exchange for a thick stack of cash. My stomach turned. Project Eden, as it turned out, was a development in the outskirts of Charleston. Daniel had talked about it for months, how it would change the skyline, how it would put our city on the map. What he hadn't mentioned was that the land it was being built on was protected. Wetlands. He'd been paying officials to approve false reports and ignore environmental regulations. I closed the laptop and sat in the dark, stunned. This wasn't some minor lapse in judgment. It was criminal. It was betrayal. Not just to the city, but to me. The next morning, I confronted Marcus. "I watched it," I told him. He looked away. "I thought you might." "What do I do?" He hesitated. "That's not my decision to make." But the decision was already made for me. A week later, Daniel left town for a business trip, and while cleaning out his closet, I found a second phone. Hidden in a showbox behind a row of dress shirts. It was full of messages, some business, some deeply personal. Some from women I didn't know. That was the moment I realized the betrayal went deeper than corruption. He wasn't just lying to the city. He was lying to me. I wanted to scream. I wanted to throw things. But instead, I did something I never thought I'd do. I called Marcus. "I need your help," I said. He came over that evening. I told him everything. He listened without interrupting, his eyes steady. "You have options," he said. "You could go to the police. Or the media. Or, we could gather more proof. What are you suggesting?" "Let me keep driving him," he said. Let me keep listening. Watching. If there's more, I'll find it. At first, I thought he was crazy. But something about his calm confidence made me believe him. So I agreed. Over the next few weeks, Marcus became my eyes and ears. He recorded conversations, took photos, documented meetings. He even tracked Daniel's movements, noting every stop, every call. What he found was worse than I imagined. There were more bribes. More lies. Even threats. Daniel wasn't just corrupt, he was dangerous. The people he worked with were powerful, and they didn't take betrayal lightly. One night, Marcus called me in a panic. He knows. What? He found the bug in the car. He's suspicious. You need to be careful. I felt my heart skip a beat. What about you? I'll be fine. But I think he's watching you now, too. From that point on, everything changed. I started noticing things, strange cars parked across the street, anonymous texts on my phone, lights flickering in the house when they shouldn't. I was scared. But I couldn't stop. Not now. Marcus gave me everything he'd collected and helped me package it for a lawyer I trusted. We filed a report. We did it quietly, under the radar. And then we waited. Weeks passed. I avoided Daniel as much as possible, pretending everything was fine while secretly preparing for the storm I knew was coming. And then one morning, the FBI knocked on our door. They took Daniel away in handcuffs. The media went wild. Charleston developer arrested in massive bribery scandal. The footage of him being led away in a suit and handcuffs played on every channel. I stood in the doorway, watching as the man I once loved disappeared into the back of a black SUV. I didn't cry. Not then. In the weeks that followed, I filed for divorce. I moved into a smaller house. I changed my number. I started over. And through it all, Marcus stayed in touch. He didn't ask for anything. He didn't expect gratitude or payment. He just checked in every few days, making sure I was okay. Eventually, I invited him for coffee. We sat on the porch, sipping quietly. I looked at him and said, "Why did you help me?" He didn't hesitate. Because it was the right thing to do. And that was that. Today, Daniel is serving a 15-year sentence. Project Eden has been shut down. The wetlands are safe for now. And me. I'm finding peace in places I never thought to look. As for Marcus, he's no longer just a driver. He's become a friend. A confidant. Maybe even something more. I never saw it coming. But I'm glad it came.